I'm puzzled why I didn't come to the burial.
He never bothered about Dad alive, so why should he dead?
He's not been as good a son as he ought. I'll give you that.
They've all gone to the funeral, if you don't know.
I do, as a matter of fact.
I just wondered. Been giving the place a real going over, haven't you?
Ooh, she's not happy.
So you've come home?
What the hell's she done?
Hi, Ma.
It was an accident.
I'm sure. Nobody drops a couple of 100,000 gallons of poison into a river deliberately. Unless, of course, it's the cheapest way of getting rid of it.
Because I have a thing or two to put you to rights about.
We're
I could have said a lot before family early.
going to find out.
But I prefer to keep it between parties concerned. Just keep your tongue quiet till I've done. You mean you want to drive cars and things through our back way?
If that's what you call it, I do. At the moment, it's impossible because it's littered with farm implements. I want them cleared away.
Then you can go on wanting.
You'll have to move them, Mrs.
No.
Sutton. The law's on my
No,
side.
it's not. It's her farm. Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the video. My name's Serenity Soul on the Axe, and today we are in with Emmerdale, the very first episode. Now, I don't know what platform this can get on. I'm currently doing a testing phase right now, see what I can get on, what I can't. But if you do enjoy the episode, please thumb it up, and I will bring you all, I think it's 148 episodes I've got. That's all I've got, I'm afraid. But hopefully they do release more. So with that, I don't know what platform this is going to get on, like I said, so I'm not going to say subscribe, follow. This might be Patreon only for all I know. So I thank you all for watching, no matter who you are, what platform you're watching on, and if you're a Patreon member, thank you so much for your support. It's your support that has allowed me to bring this. So let's get straight into the video. Now, I have seen Emmerdale from the 90s onwards. If they do release those, I will bring them and let you know. But as of now, they've only released the first 148 episodes, and that came about that ended in 2015 or 16, so there's not likely to be any more, unless the people who've been prisoner and that bring it over. I would love them to. God, the tune was much more simplistic back then. Yes, I'm doing tests right now on videos, so I don't know when this will come. See, there won't be anybody in it that I know. We'll get the full tune. Oh, somebody's died already.
What?
No subtitles on this, I'm afraid.
Who's she? Have you heard tell anyone's taking Vickers, girls?
No,
She's their side at war.
it's 10 past.
Go and hurry, Mum, Joe.
She's coming.
Joe Sugden? I recognise Joe Sugden. I'm going to try not to spoil anything from future episodes, just in case.
No sign of him then.
You should know better than expecting.
I know she's Annie Sugden.
But he ought to be here for his dad's funeral. In you get, Grandad. Take it slow. I don't want Jacob bumped about on his last ride.
So we're starting very solemn. See, this should have been the second episode. We should have got to know who he was first. A little bit anyway. As much as you can do in one episode. Last of the summer wine. I just tested that. So we're following the whole journey. I know the wool pack. I know the wool pack.
Here he goes then.
Aye.
Guessing that's Amos.
It's the end of him.
You were a good man, in his way.
Think they'll say same when you go.
Happen not, but I'll be past caring then, I reckon.
I really hope they do release more.
Aren't you going to burial?
Think I should, do you?
Yes, they did.
Aye, is that?
Oh, there's no point holding grudges against dead.
I've no grudge against him.
Well, can't have now. He gets the sad tune, we don't even know him. I call sad tunes like just piano version slowed down of the tune. I love Prisoner's sad tune. So this is the sort of Peggy's theme out of EastEnders. If this can get on YouTube, I can't show me Daily Motion since episode 2 of Combination Street were blacklisted. As of recording this. Could be 2025 by the time this goes out.
Hello, Tim. Remember me?
Vicious little sugar. Can't swear, I don't know what YouTube's policy's like. Well, I'm guessing that's the cattle sheds. You know, on the later Emmerdales, you don't really see much of the farm stuff. I guess that's why they dropped the farm from the titles. I mean, you did see some, obviously, but not like this. Bearing in mind, I did stop watching in like 2012. Thought you were going to eat it. Could say it's cattle feed. I guess you do see a lot more of the farming in the early days. I don't know. I never watched these ones. If anyone does have episodes past 148, you know, close to them, let me know, please. I will happily shout you out and credit you. As long as you're in good condition. And I have removed the black bars as much as possible. Unfortunately, it still left a big, massive one on that side, on the left, my left side.
Do you like the view?
Oh, hello.
They've all gone to the funeral, if you don't know.
I do, as a matter of fact.
I just wondered. Been giving the place a real going over, haven't you?
It's my home. Where's yours?
In a day or two, it'll be Inglebrook. Father's just bought it.
Oh. One of the money class.
That's right.
You always have a money class in Emmerdale.
And all from reprocessing ascorbic acids.
Makes you think.
If this is your home, why can't you get in? I was watching you.
Prodigals aren't usually trusted with keys. even if they have time to collect one before going out to prodigalize.
Will they be killing the fatted calf for you?
Where does your father
Who are
work
you?
at his acids?
Bradford. But we've been living in Houghton.
You hear
Do you work at
Houghton a
anything?
lot.
Well, good luck.
So I'm glad they kept Houghton. Is that a real place?
He's no right to anything. No right at all.
That's your opinion.
What are you going to do about him then? Tell me that.
It's more what he wants to do. We'll have to find that out first.
Will he have gone home, do you think?
Well, if he has, it'll do him no harm to wait. We've had to wait for him long enough.
I'm puzzled why he didn't come to the burial.
He never bothered about Dad alive, so why should he dead?
He's not been as good a son as he ought. I'll give you that.
You've got no option to do otherwise.
Happen not. But I can still fetch you one, married though you are. So watch your tongue. Whatever rights and wrongs of case, I'm having no family squabbles today. Understand? Jack's my son. I can handle
Is
him
that Jack?
and rest of family. If you've done, I'll get back.
Didn't look like Jack. Recast? Like the Jack I know recast. Sonny, I should be saying
A
things
sad day for you then,
about the
Annie.
future. Sonny.
Jacob and me had 30 good years together. I can't grumble.
But he weren't an old man. I was sorry to see him go.
Aye, as I say, what about your best customer?
I've got to try and not do that. If I've seen future episodes, do not talk about them
I
whatsoever.
was wondering where you'd got to.
There's a farm back there.
Aye. Grand view, that.
You doesn't sound posh.
What are you going to do with all this?
Do with it? Nothing. Just live with it. A view like that's worth a few pounds of any man's money. That's what I've worked for.
It-
You know, I've half a mind to do without a telephone.
What, it just for the
And I'd be
view?
really away from it.
People live at the farmhouse.
They won't worry us. Besides, we've a right of way through.
Through the house?
Now, don't be saucy. I'll cross their land to ours. Now, come on, get him away.
Your name's Wilkes, Amos says.
That doesn't tell us much.
Just thought you'd like to know.
I'm more interested in where Jack's got to.
Too ashamed to show his face, I bet.
He always had too much cheek for that. Always went his own way, in spite of anything or anybody.
Or anybody's feelings either.
He never did you harm.
I'm talking at family. Look at the number of times we've been in village these last years and never even bothered to look in and see you or Dad.
Aye, I give you that. That's not right in a son.
Not even to a funeral. Now he's got farm. Dad should never have made that will.
Or not. But he did. And we have to make the best we can of it.
Hello, Joe. Remember me, do you?
Jack, isn't it?
You've shot up, haven't you?
We expected you at a funeral.
What happens
I
when
was
you
there.
go? Get
In the
older.
background. I don't like funerals.
You coming in?
I'd better, I suppose. Joe, did Dad have a tough time of it?
No, it were quick.
Well, that's something. How's Mum taking it?
You'd best judge that for yourself.
Come on in. Not having picnic.
Ooh, she's not happy.
So you've come
What
home.
the hell's she done?
Aye, Ma. That's it.
Get us in a chair. Tea's on table.
Yeah, if you're wondering why I look a bit younger doing this than my current shows, it's because I'm testing this, seeing what platforms it can go on. It might not go on for a few years yet, so I do apologise about that. I do testing. But quite a few to test, so it may happen a few times.
If it'd been Joe and me, we'd never have heard the last of it. But him, not a word does she say to him. Not a cross word. You'd think he'd just been down the lane to see if the gate was shut instead of not showing his nose in place for near enough 8 years. What's going to happen to us? That's what I want to know. Do you reckon he'll stay?
Well, I don't know.
Oh, what do you think? Something's got to be said to him. If Mum's not going to have a go, it's up to us. After all, it's our living, such as it is. He's no right to the farm. He's putting out into it. Suppose he sells the place. Could he do that? Could he?
Well, if it's his, he can.
Dad must have been out of his mind. Something's got to be done.
It's near midnight and milking's at 6.
I'm sorry. I do go on a bit sometimes. Night, love.
So does it follow the Sugdens mostly down in the early episodes?
Oh, you forgot something.
To say welcome back.
Well, are you?
The floor might be harder.
You can try it if you like. No charge.
See, someone's been throwing paint about a bit.
Not before time. Matt did most of it. With Joe trying to help. And your dad going on about the cost of paint.
Never thought about Peggy being married.
That's what women do. Are you married?
Me?
Ah, you. There's no man so big a fool. Some woman won't take him.
How's Matt fit into that?
I'm asking about you. Are you married?
Of course not.
So you know why.
Have you got someone in mind or something?
And no money?
I'll get by, don't fret.
No.
Can you move back in?
But how long are you thinking of staying?
Don't you want to get rid of me?
It's a matter of making arrangements.
And I'll stay a bit if you don't mind.
We can get another bed in Dad's room. It'll be a bit tight, but you'll have to put up with that.
I'll be all right here.
It's living room, not bedroom. One night I don't mind, but I'm not having you cluttering it up regularly.
I know people have to use it.
We'll fix something up.
I'm not worried.
That's good. Because I have a thing or two to put you to rights about. I could have said a lot before family early.
We're going to find out.
But I prefer to keep it between parties concerned. Just keep your tongue quiet till I've done. You walked out on your dad just when he needed help. And apart from a letter now and again, I've had sight and a sign of you. Well, past, and your dad's dead. But whatever kind of a mess you've made of your life outside, I'm not so unnatural a mother I can refuse you food and shelter. If you want to stay home, you're welcome.
Did she say what he did?
Thanks.
Did I miss
But
it?
it's my farm now, isn't it?
Right. But it's a hard living here. And what we eat, we work for. Milking's at 6. I'll give you a call.
Morning.
I nearly said something there, but I'm trying so hard not to spoil futures, just in case.
Lovely, isn't it?
Were you wanting something?
No, I just... Do you live here?
That's right.
Ah. How's the ascorbic acids?
I didn't realise you worked on the farm.
I don't. I get in the way. Right, Joe?
Well, any pair of hands are useful on the farm.
He's a good lad, Joe. Gentle. Well, if we're going to be neighbours, we'd better get introduced. Jack Sugden, brother Joe.
Marion Wilkes.
He's Jack Sugden.
Wilkes. Wilkes and Fisher.
Oh, well, I thought the other one was
That's your
Jack.
dad's firm.
Do you know them?
Didn't they kill all the fish in the tannet?
It was an accident.
I'm sure. Nobody drops a couple of 100,000 gallons of poison into a river deliberately. Unless, of course, it's the cheapest way of getting rid of it.
Well, that weren't very nice.
No.
I thought you were the big animal lover.
But I do like animals.
But
you-
what? Don't fish count?
Of course. But she didn't do it.
She lives off it. In my book, that's living off immoral earnings.
The common class never like the upper class on this show.
Should have asked him what
Never.
he's been up to. We've a right to know.
Oh, did it again, Sonny.
So in good time. Like as not have begun at weekend without so much as an eye. Matt said he was blowing like arse mucking out for cows. A man like that's no good for working farm. You've got right needle to him, haven't you? He could sell place over our heads. What'd we do then?
Mrs. Sugden, my name's Wilkes. I've bought Inglebrook across the fields. I'd like a word with you, please.
You best come in.
Thank you.
He's about upsetting your
My
daughter.
daughter, Mrs. Skilbeck.
How do you do? I'll get straight to the point, Mrs. Sugden. As the owner of Inglebrook, I've a right of way across your land to my lower meadow. Do you know that?
No, I don't.
You do now.
Who says you have?
It's in the deeds.
Have you brought them with you?
No, I
Well,
haven't. But you...
I've lived here over 30 years. There's no one has any rights in this farm but us. And it'll take more than your say-so to make me think otherwise.
You can inspect the deeds any time you wish.
Where are they?
At my solicitor's. I can make an appointment for you to see them at his office.
If you want me to look at anything, you can bring it here. I've no time to waste gallivanting around solicitors' offices.
As you wish.
Yep, they're not going to see eye to eye.
I'll
And
be in
they've
touch.
just met.
Just a minute. No one's going to stop you using gate. So what's all the fuss?
I simply wish to claim my right of way over your property.
There's no need to claim anything. We don't bite people's heads off for walking across fields, as long as they shut gates and do no harm.
It's not a question of walking, Mrs. Sugden. The main gate to Inglebrook's on a corner by the main road, and I don't like it. So I propose to have it walled off and use the lower gate on the meadow as the main entrance.
You mean you want to drive cars and things through our back way?
If that's what you call it, I do. At the moment, it's impossible because it's littered with farm implements. I want them cleared away.
Then you can go on wanting. And they're not littered, as you call it. They're stored. That's where we keep them.
I'm entitled to unimpeded right of way. You'll have to move them, Mrs. Sugden.
No,
The law's on my
no,
side.
it's not. It's her farm. Does he own that land?
Well, I've not taken to him.
He'll get no change out of me. I've enough problems.
But it's not yours, is it? What, that? It's not your problem. It's owners.
Oh.
That's your Jack. There's no saying what he'll do.
I thought that is Jack. Didn't the other one say we were called Jack? I'm lost off. But it's a different actor, so I don't know. Guessing he's Jack Lowe since it segued to him.
Fine, Amos.
We're staying on at the farm then.
Gets around, doesn't it?
Oh, folks always like to know what's going on.
I bet. That right?
You're learning.
What's got round about them?
Don't know him. She's Wilkes's girl who's taking place next to you.
Well breeched, I hear.
Oh, aye. There's lots settling round about now. Getting out from Leeds, Bradford way. Putting up the price of cottages, no end. Pretty piece. Not as I'm interested. I've other things to think of.
Like what?
Young man's game, that is. I'll take cribbage any day.
She's with somebody. Jack, I think Jack. Maybe Jack.
Goodness me, look at him.
So that's the snug.
I don't care when you met him, but why was he doing this kind of...
Mind if I join you?
Do you even know them?
Aren't you going to introduce me?
Alex Saunders, Jack.
Sugden.
How do you do?
Oh,
Old Yorkshire name,
It's her.
Sugden. Very old.
posh one.
Mentioned in the Doomsday Book. What's your pedigree?
Let's go.
You haven't finished your drink.
I'm particularly like drink.
Doesn't look as if you are.
As soon as Father knew what was happening, he had the dumping stopped.
I'm sure the fish were very grateful. But unfortunately, dead.
Didn't get much change there, did you?
Early days.
Oh, well, that's it. It's over. Now, I must apologise if the second episode comes on. The reason being, I may not be able to remember much of this episode. This could be 3 years in advance before I continue it, but for you, it'll be the following week. So we'll see how it goes. Got to see what platform it can get on. Sign out. Yeah, so as I said, I have seen it from maybe a year before the plane crash. Yeah, it must have been about the very early 90s. Sorry about the long pause, I probably edited that out, but I had to think when it was I'd last seen it. Like, first seen it, I mean. So, yes, I do want to continue it. I can only continue it for 148 episodes, I think it is. As I say, if anyone knows where they can find more episodes, more or less following on from 148, let me know and I shall ask permission to react to them. Or if you know, if you've got them, if you want to give me permission, I'll shout you out, whether social media, YouTube. So if you could, please suggest where I can get more episodes. I don't know what platform this is going on, so I'm not going to ask for the subscribes or anything like that. I am testing it. It is now currently the 20th of December 2022. So that's just a figure to how long it's been since I recorded this. That's why I might not be able to remember much of this episode when I continue it. So with that, I'd like to thank you all for watching. If I've got any Patreon members at this point, I haven't as of recording this. Maybe I have a year or 2, 3 down the line. If I have got any Patreon members, I thank you all ever so much for watching. I greatly appreciate you and I appreciate everything you're doing for me. It is you that is bringing the content to me to allow me to bring the content back to you. I don't know if I'm still doing that when this goes live, but I've been doing it on every video currently. So, currently as in recording this. So, thank you all ever so much. So with that, I shall sign out and go to the next one. Goodbye.